What's up, guys? I'm Chad Barnes, and welcome to the channel. Here, it's all about real car talk, from simple fixes to smart driving tips and keeping your ride in top shape. If that sounds good to you, go ahead and give the video a thumbs up. Hit that subscribe button and make sure you watch all the way through. There's a lot of good stuff coming. Let's get to it.
The TrendVision Hybrid Signature PRO is the flagship of its lineup, the most feature-rich car combo device. The TrendVision Hybrid Signature PRO main unit includes high-quality video recorder based on the processor Novatec NTK96675, built in matrix Sony Starvis IMX307 with a resolution of 2K 2560 by 1440, and with the function of parallel recording of the second channel. From the rear remote camera with a matrix SG 2053 with a resolution of Full HD 1920 by 1080, multi-frequency radar detector with a flat patch antenna, GLONASS GPS informer with an updated database of radars and cameras, display with IPS technology with a diagonal of 3 inches and wide viewing angles, Wi-Fi module for working with the mobile application, video copying, radar base and firmware. Updates: quick-release magnetic holder with through power supply for the rear camera. The magnetic holder of the main module is installed on the windshield, into which the power and rear camera connectors are inserted. This concept allows you to easily, in one movement, and with one hand, which is more important, remove the main module of the device and take it away with you, leaving the car in the parking lot, so as not to provoke marginal people. And thanks to the magnetic fixation, the video recorder always stands in the same previously adjusted position. The angle of view is not disrupted. Magnetic fixing has a ball adjustment unit, which is more convenient to adjust than 2 separate joints, vertical and horizontal, with a very short leg, generating a minimum of vibration. On the plane of the magnetic mount there is an 8-pin comb with gold-plated contacts, through which the main unit receives power, as well as the video signal from the rear view camera. The cord length from the cigarette lighter plug to the magnetic mount is 3.5 meters. This is long enough to discreetly run the cord around the perimeter of the window in almost any passenger car or small commercial vehicle. The built-in power source in the device is not a small-capacity lithium-ion battery, as it was ubiquitous until recently, but an ionistor, or supercapacitor, as it is also often called. Batteries systematically become the source of DVR malfunctions, as they die in extreme cold or sunshine, sharply increasing their internal resistance, bloating and ceasing to accept a charge. This does not happen with ionistors. TrendVision Hybrid Signature PRO can be safely left on the windshield for any length of time, both in winter and summer, including in parking watchman mode. Almost all advanced DVRs of the last year or two are equipped with lenses with threads for CPL filters and, accordingly, with filters themselves. Corporal is a polarizing filter that allows you to remove glare from the reflection of the torpedo in the windshield, which in many cars is a significant obstacle to video recording due to purely structural features of the model, the angle of inclination of the windshield, in relation to the surface of the torpedo and the texture of the plastic. The filter is an optional accessory. The recorders work perfectly well without it. However, when driving towards the sun or at night in the light of roadside lights, the polarizer significantly improves the image, removing mirror artifacts from the video and increasing contrast. The TrendVision Hybrid Signature PRO comes with 3 mounts for the magnetic holder of the main unit. 2 identical, with fixation to the windshield on double-sided 3M adhesive tape, and 1, mobile, quick release, on a suction cup. Why so many? To transfer the gadget to different cars, for example, 2 stationary, on the adhesive tape, in 2 owned cars, and the suction cup version, for car sharing, say. But does the manufacturer suggest that every time you change the car, you reroute the long route of the rear camera cable, which will surely go under the interior trim panels? Of course not. The system in its full functionality, of course, will operate only on the car where the rear camera is mounted. It is supposed to be the main car for everyday travel, well and weekend trips or trips on the same car sharing. For them the device can be used in a version with single-channel recording, because the main unit with the front camera is able to work alone, recording video stream only from it. On your own backup car in such a variant, a second mount is installed on a scotch tape, and a suction cup is designed for random cars. From the rear camera housing comes a short cable with a 4-pin connector, which is superimposed with a 6-meter cord extender for connection to the main unit. The cord is routed under the sill plates, flooring, and headliner. It is long enough for most vehicles, including large sedans and SUVs. The rear camera is not sealed and is not designed to be mounted externally. Its sole is glued with tape to the rear window inside the cabin. In this case, of course, the image is affected by the rear window, its tinting, if any, and heating threads, but if mounted outside, the situation would be better only in dry weather and while the camera is clean. In the future you would have to wipe its lens regularly, which in slushy and dusty weather negates the whole point of shooting with. The second channel. The gadget also comes with a mounting kit. It includes a small plastic spatula for pushing off the edges of the windshield pillars and ceiling covering, which is necessary if the cable to the rear camera is laid under the trim, hidden. There are also 5 self-adhesive wire holders that allow you to neatly route the power cable from a cigarette lighter around the perimeter of the windshield so it doesn't dangle in front of your eyes. Thanks to the TrendVision Hybrid Signature PRO's Wi-Fi module, support for a mobile app is available. It is easily found in smartphone app stores by the name TV Connect. And TV here is not television, but TrendVision. With TV Connect, you can easily update camera databases, download video to your phone, and make some minimal settings. The settings that can be made via TV Connect are in principle not very necessary, and all of them are also done through the menu of the device itself. From a smartphone you can turn on, off the microphone, automatic exposure control, motion detector, change the duration of the recording cycle and format the card. Much more important is the ability to easily and without a computer and flash drives to update the firmware, as well as the database of cameras and radars, especially given the rapid development of networks Big Brother recently. To connect to the recorder via Wi-Fi, you need to activate the wireless module manually, through the menu on the main unit TrendVision Hybrid Signature PRO. After that, you can use the application to see all the videos captured by the device at once and merge any of them to your phone or tablet. When playing on the smartphone screen, in addition, in a separate window you can see the synchronization of car movement with Google Maps. By the way, the device also comes with a flash drive adapter from USB to microSD card, so that you can quickly upload video to a laptop or desktop if necessary. The menu of the gadget itself is very rich. It has a lot of functions and flexible settings, which are not always found in other models of combo devices. The menu is divided into 3 sections: video recorder, radar detector, and general settings. Navigation and control are done in the standard way, with 4 buttons: menu, OK, up and down. The first 2 buttons are located on the right side of the device, the second 2, on the left side. The driver can't see them, and they are pressed by touch, but manipulations are mastered without difficulty, which is also facilitated by light and soft, tactilely tasty recoil of the keys under the fingers. As a radar detector, TrendVision Hybrid Signature PRO has absorbed all the best that has been invented to date in this area. First, of course, it is the signature detection algorithm, in which the device does not react to typical interference, often encountered on the highway and close in frequency to the emission of real radars. And if earlier the main source of such interference was commercial electronics at gas stations, parking lots, and in supermarkets along the roads, today's problems are more often caused by sensors of distance locators and blind spots in cars. The presence of such sensors is clearly visible from the outside. When they are triggered, light indicators illuminate directly in the glass of the side mirrors on the outside or in the triangles of these mirrors on the inside. TrendVision Hybrid Signature PRO successfully recognizes interference from such systems, and you drive past a car with flashing mirrors in silence. The same applies to cars with the option to maintain distance. It also works on the radio emitting principle, and many simple detectors are recognized as K-band radar. And it is the signature detection, when the interference signal is compared to a database of typical interference, that allows you to avoid erroneous warnings. Secondly, it is GPS GLONASS detection. Actually, the presence of a dual-system navigation receiver allows only to maximize the positioning of the gadget in space, and 4. The notification of radars, cameras, and various road problems such as zones prohibiting stopping for more than 10 seconds, a trademark hemorrhoid of the 2 capitals, dedicated lanes for public transport, intersection control, etc., is responsible for the updated database, which is updated weekly. During the testing of the device on the editorial car database was updated twice. And it is updated wisely, not only for the plus For example, if some camera disappears, which happens, unfortunately, quite rarely, we recognize. It is deleted from the GPS informer memory as well. The third pillar of the detector's intelligence is a set of smart software functions and manual settings. TrendVision Hybrid Signature PRO automatically switches sensitivity and, accordingly, changes the distance of the beginning of the alert depending on the speed, allows you to manually set the speed threshold, below which the sound warnings are completely disabled. Disable any radar subranges, activate the quiet mode of alerts, in which the first signal sounds loudly, fading as you approach the radar. A separate feature should be called the function of recognizing road signs of speed limit. It is, in principle, fully, and more reliably, duplicated by GPS informer, but sometimes can be useful, if suddenly the signal of satellites will be temporarily lost. Let's move on to video recording. The TrendVision Hybrid Signature PRO uses a Sony IMX307 sensor from Sony's modern Starvis lineup for the front camera, plus a lens, with glass lenses and the ability to install a removable polarizing filter. The maximum shooting resolution is 2560 x 1440. The IMX307 is a 2.8-inch high-light sensitivity CMOS sensor. Not the newest, but probably the most popular in Sony's lineup in terms of quality-to-cost ratio, this sensor is produced in millions of copies and is very popular in a wide variety of cameras and surveillance devices from hundreds of brands around the world. The rear camera is not so titled, SG2053 with a maximum resolution of 1920 by 1080. Its role is auxiliary, the lens is simpler, CPL filter is not provided. TrendVision Hybrid Signature PRO writes clips from the front and rear cameras into one folder. Numbering is through. Video from the front camera is labeled with an A in the file name, while the rear camera is labeled with a B. File names are groups of digits beginning, year, month, day, and ending with a file number with an explanatory letter that identifies whether the video clip belongs to the front, A, or rear camera, B. The video format is TS. It is not the most common in DVRs, but it is not exotic either. Today it can be played by multi-format player applications of any smartphones, tablets, as well as many smart TVs. WDR, automatic exposure control, video quality optimization responds quickly to changing lighting conditions and helps ensure recording quality in challenging conditions of poor light, including backlighting. If desired, you can also use manual exposure settings for day and night, as well as the type of exposure metering, center, middle and bright spot. Of course, there are no pauses at the junction of clips. The sound is clearly recorded, with the microphone turned on. If you select car license plate number in the menu of video recording settings, you can enter your own number, which will be superimposed over the video, additionally identifying the record. If the front module is not installed in a standard way, you can flip the camera image 180 degrees. Day, front camera, day, rear camera, night, front camera, night, rear camera. Well, and at the end it is worth noting that TrendVision Hybrid Signature PRO heads its line, being its flagship, but at the same time has more budget versions, in which this budget is realized not by reducing the characteristics, but by abandoning some of the features that may not be in demand by everyone. Namely, TrendVision Hybrid Signature WI, exactly the same model with all the features and functions as the PRO, but without the rear camera. TrendVision Hybrid Signature, combo device with radar detector and GPS GLONASS informer, but without rear camera and without Wi-Fi. TrendVision TDR721S, DVR without rear camera and without radar module, only with GPS GLONASS informer with updated databases and Wi-Fi. In conclusion, the TrendVision Hybrid Signature PRO combo device stands out as a versatile solution for those seeking more than just a traditional DVR. With its advanced features, seamless integration of dashcam and video recording capabilities, and user-friendly interface, it offers a comprehensive approach to vehicle safety and monitoring. Whether you're a daily commuter or an avid road tripper, this device provides peace of mind and enhances your driving experience. Thank you for watching, and be sure to subscribe for more in-depth reviews and insights on the latest tech innovations.